And that's all she wrote. Khamzat Chimaev defeats Dricus Du Plessis at UFC 319, baby. Yeah, we're back with the comeback to these videos. And I'm actually pissed. I'm kind of mad. I'm mad for one of two reasons. And this might be an angry video by me. I don't care. Because I can't wait for this I told you so. Now, I'm mad because of one. I knew this was going to happen. You know, but now everyone... Okay, before the video, like, you guys are going to watch this now, you know. And they're like, oh, DDP by fine, blah, blah, blah. The next day, when Khamzat defeats Dricus Du Plessis, you're going to come back like, oh, we all knew it was going to come, Kenny. Oh, Khamzat was a favorite. Everyone knew Khamzat was going to make it look like that. He was going to make it look easy. We all knew this. That's not even a good pick, you know? And, like, the amount of comments I see, first of all, I hate... You know the people who don't watch your YouTube like every time, but they just come here to drop like an Izzy comment. I get so much comments like this guy like is salty Izzy beat DDP or something, or like he hates DDP because Izzy something about Izzy. Can't wait till you get this pick wrong again. Everything about Izzy. It's so annoying how like I can't avoid constant Izzy talk on this channel. When they're upset about me picking against their favorite fighter. Well, guess what? Fuck you, you idiotic fool. I want you to look at me, understand I have nothing but hate for you, bro. And I can't wait till you look me in the eyes and realize I was right about Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus Du Plessis. And I hate the stupid comments like, yo, he picked Carl France. Like those people was like, yeah, like, by the way, this guy picked this guy, so he's definitely not going to get this pick, right? No one's laughing, bro. It's actually not funny. It actually gets me really angry, like very heated. Like if I could start hitting people through screens, like people's jaws will be getting shattered. I don't know why I'm so mad. All right, let me relax. But it just gets me tight, you know, seeing all these comments before the video and knowing after the fight the comments are going to switch up saying this was an easy ass pick. We all knew this was coming. Now I made 14 of these videos. I'm 11 for 14. That's a 79% rate. You know, only 3 wrong, 11 right. That's not bad. You know, that's a 79%. After this fight, we're going to get into the 80%. I'm Mr. Kenny. When you see this, you know Mr. Kenny has arrived, you know. Only 3 of these wrong, man. I'm telling you, I'm built different when it comes to my comeback to these videos. And there's nothing no different, guys. Nothing different here. Now, Dricus Du Plessis was on weight today. He had a little bit time struggling making weight. Something about like the UFC scales were saying he's a half a pound over. So he was the last person to weigh in, I believe. And then Khamzat Chimaev coming out 183, showing that like I can make weight very comfortably. I'm not even worried about missing weight. Because I have a lot of people say, oh, Khamzat in the weight miss, like stupid shit like that. Now, let me make something evident to you guys. The grappling advantage that Khamzat Chimaev has against Dricus Du Plessis is not your average grappling advantage. Khamzat and Kevin Holland. Those are 2 people. Matter of fact, Kevin Holland's a better grappler than DDP, unironically. But they're going to be in the comments like, DDP did. Fuck, dude. They're going to be in the comments like, nah, dude, I don't know. Kevin Holland sucks at grappling. DDP's defensive wrestling is 50%. His offensive wrestling is 50% in the UFC. He is literally not even... He's worse than a 50-50 fighter because he has a 50% takedown accuracy and a 50% takedown defense against primary strikers. The one time we seen him go and get to wrestle was Derek Brunson. Kenny, why you keep bringing this up? Because that's the one time he went against a wrestler. What happened? He was getting flipped around like a fucking pancake. Doing whatever Derek Brunson wanted to do, he could do until what? Derek Brunson fatigued. Now, one thing about Derek Brunson, he probably has one of the worst cardiovascular fucking tanks in the world. So once he fatigued, he started to lose. Yeah, he was rolling over himself. Still a very sloppy fight. But Dricus Du Plessis' grappling is worse than you guys think. Like, getting out scrambled by Darren Till is not an impressive thing, especially on the ground. This guy like is so bad in grappling. Like even his one submission victory that he had in the UFC that was like not one, but like his biggest submission victory was against Adesanya, where you heard him on the feet first. This is the truth. It's not because he took down Adesanya and he was moving through guard and stuff. Look at him trying to offensive wrestle because he said he's going to offensive wrestle in this fight. Look at him against Brad Tavares trying to offensively wrestle anyone. This guy goes in these fights trying to offensively wrestle through his strength and size. Now, the problem with that is you lack technique, so you fall over yourself and you look like a goofball, like an idiot, trying to go for your offensive grappling. The second he tries to go for offensive wrestling against Khamzat Chimaev, mama, that fight's over right there. Like, I don't even think he's going to have fighting chance if he does something that stupid. Something that illogical. He'll feel like an idiot because he's going to get submitted. It's going to be Sean Brady, Leon Edwards. Shoots a takedown, gets embarrassed, gets submitted. The thing I really want to let you guys know is that Dricus getting out the first round is a rare situation. It's a rare scenario. Let's start there. It's a rare scenario. Do I think he's getting out the first round? I'll be real, no. And I know it sounds disrespectful, but I'll be real. Getting out the first round or getting out the first half, like a round and a half, with Khamzat. I don't want to say I doubt it, but I really don't think he's going to do it. I think the significant grappling advantage for Khamzat is going to be that evident to a point where even if he doesn't get a submission in the first round, he could have a situation where he's just ground and pounding DDP and finishing him. DDP is going to be so overwhelmed with the speed and the strength that comes with Khamzat Chimaev. He's going to be almost hesitant and confused about the initial, like, whoa, this guy's bigger than I thought when he's in the ring. I will say this. Dricus is going to be physicality-wise, like via eyes. You're going to look at Dricus, he's going to look like he's bigger to me. I'll be real. I think on fight night, Dricus is going to be a bigger guy. Who's going to be stronger is going to be Khamzat, and it's not going to be close. I do think Khamzat's still going to be way stronger than him. Even though Dricus is strong, guys, I've seen him fall over himself and just get embarrassed in grappling exchanges because trying to wrestle with strength without understanding body transfer, body weight transfer, and how to move through positions, it doesn't matter. You could be as big as you want. Strength does not equate to skill. And the fact that Khamzat is physically stronger than you in a grappling scenario, and he has way more skill than you, you guys are you're not gonna understand until you see it. But once you see how significant the grappling advantage is, you're gonna understand what I mean. Now let's talk about this. After the first round. Oh, I hope this goes after the first round, just so points could be proven. I doubt it, but I hope this goes in the second, third, and fourth, and fifth. Khamzat Chimaev has one of the best cardiovascular gas tanks I've ever seen in my life. The thing that makes people think he has a bad gas tank is that he goes so balls to the wall in the first round sometimes, and he slows down like a human being. I think people feel as if Khamzat Chimaev should fight the same way he fights in the first round in rounds 2, in rounds 3, in rounds 4, in rounds 5. Are you dumb? Like, do you think any human being can fight at that pace? Merab doesn't fight at the same pace he does in round 1. You know, Merab still fights pretty well, but it's a slow pace. You got to actually look at his movements, look at what he's doing. Khamzat, how fast he starts in round 1, it's impossible to emulate that. Can't even speak. Emulate that. It's hard to do it because no human being can do it. But in the Usman fight, in rounds 2 and 3, he took down Usman every single round. Did he slow down? Was it as ruthless as round 1? No, but he's still winning those rounds, you know? He still won some of those rounds with scorecards. I'm going to have a different opinion, but the judges saw it that way. Because Khamzat does a good job. Even when he's on the feet, he gets touched a little bit, but he's good at, like, landing too. His boxing on paper is actually better than Dricus Du Plessis. I think his striking is actually better than Dricus's. And I want you to understand this too. As far as striking is concerned, Khamzat is probably better, but what makes Dricus better in this situation is just his constant, just let me throw everything on the table. The truth of the matter is, we look at Dricus and we say he looks so sloppy and stuff, and sure, to an extent, yes, but on the feet, you don't necessarily need to look pretty. You could get away with looking goofy on the feet and going against someone who might be better than you on paper, but your style is so overwhelming and so volume heavy that you kind of drown them. It's different when you have a significant disadvantage in grappling, because grappling is not like, you can't goofy your way out of grappling. You know, you can't goofball your way out of positions or brute strength your way out of positions in grappling exchanges, which is why I know when this fight hits the mat, because it will hit the mat, the significant skill gap is going to be a little bit too big for Dricus Du Plessis to overcome. Not even a little bit too big, a lot of bit too big. When I really look at Dricus, I feel like people who are picking Dricus are banking on him getting a finish late in the fight. Now, I'm going to say this. Adesanya is a durable guy. Adesanya was taking some hard shots from Dricus in that follow-up that led to his finish, you know, but the thing about Khamzat is, or Dricus specifically, is Dricus doesn't necessarily possess one-punch knockout power. So if you're banking on Dricus to go in there and get mauled the first 3 rounds, because he can't win let's be real, he'll win the first 3 rounds. If this is a 3-round fight, the odds will be minus 1,000 Khamzat, because he'll 3-0 him, 30-27 him. I think what people are banking on is a championship finish. But the thing about Dricus lacking that one-punch power and Khamzat having crazy durability, that shot you took from Gilbert Burns, guys, that one-hand overhand, look at Gilbert Burns' power. That guy at welterweight, but at that time, he only lost to Usman for that. But he dropped Usman with the same punch. Like, dude, his power is crazy. I don't think people understand how prime Gilbert Burns' power was like a boogeyman power. He's one of those scary people everyone's talking about. He's next for the title, you know. And the fact that Khamzat ate a shot that flush at that weight class, a weight class DDP got chinned in before, you know, it shows his durability. I've seen Khamzat take some good shots. So Khamzat being that durable and having that much heart and fighting ability, going against Dricus, who just doesn't possess one punch power, the people who go in there and say, I didn't know, dude. I just think he's gonna knock out Khamzat as the fight goes. He needs more one punch power for me to like look at your point of view there and be like, you might have a point here. I don't see that, because I don't see that one punch power. Does he have thudding power that can connect and like, oh shit, wakes you up? Yes, but I don't think he's gonna have one punch power, especially in the 4th or 5th round, you know, where you're gonna kind of need to hit him with something good enough that it fucking stumbles him and drops him. People don't really have that one punch power as the fight elongates. Dricus, I've never seen him in a 4th or 5th round put someone to sleep. Sean Strickland, I'm not saying Sean Strickland has a decent chin. I've seen Strickland get dropped by like Usman's and stuff, but of course Usman hits harder than fucking DDP and other people like that. But you know, I've seen Sean Strickland knocked out too. Dricus was hitting Sean Strickland with some clean shots. The worst he did was break his nose, but nothing concussive, like no concussive power to put him on to sleep or even drop him, you know. And that lets me know that I understand Dricus has thudding power, but thudding power does not equate to one punch power. So people saying that I think Khamzat might win the first 2 or 3 rounds, but then get finished later on, I think you're banking on the power of Dricus Du Plessis. Now, I don't pick up puncher's chance often, and every single time I have, I got my picks wrong, like the Kai Car France pick, the Michael Chandler picks, and those are my worst picks. And I understand some people are picking DDP off the power, and they're hoping that the power is going to save them after they get destroyed. But you guys got to understand this. First of all, when Khamzat goes out there and has that crazy first round, I feel like people say Khamzat's going to fatigue himself. What do you think Dricus is going to do? Especially Dricus Du Plessis, who goes in there, guys. And you guys got to understand, he's not very technical in the grappling. So a lot of the scrambles he tries to force is going to be off brute strength. And when you try to brute strength their way out of bad grappling positions, you use a lot of energy. So people having the mindset that Khamzat's the only one who uses energy in the first round, I feel like you're a little bit ugly, maybe ugly, unattractive, maybe stupid a little bit, and you don't actually understand how grappling works. So yes, if Khamzat going to use energy, yes, but half the time, if Khamzat does it right and pause before I say this, and rides him well, all right, buddy, like nice, Kenny, and like just stays on top of him and stays afloat, it's going to be actually the guy who's trying to get off the fence and moving a lot and trying to get back to his feet using more energy. That being said, in the Usman fight, even though he was able to take him down every single round, and Usman's a way better defensive wrestler, guys. 97% takedown defense on Usman before that fight to Dricus Du Plessis, who with the 50% takedown defense, going against primary strikers, getting taken down by Darren Till, people who train with Khamzat. Oh my God! Like I think it's one of those fights that you don't know truly how almost one-sided it is until the fight's happening and you're watching like, oh shit, this guy's really good. And I don't care what your opinion is after the fight and saying, oh, Kenny did. Everyone knew Dricus was going to lose. Because after the Ank fight, everyone said the same thing to me. I remember the Ank fight, everyone's doubting me. Oh, it's because Alex Pereira beat Izzy. People always on my channel, like one thing I noticed from my comments, they always make it about Izzy. Like, I remember when I picked Ank, they win. He's like, oh, it's because Izzy, man. I'm not surprised, dude. Like, some weird shit. And then when Ank wins, dude, we already knew Pereira's going to lose. Like, that's not even a good pick. Same thing's going to happen with this video, and I can tell you right now, I've seen it all. I've been in this game for a long time. I've been on YouTube for over a year now. You know, I'm a veteran. I ain't a rookie in the event no more, you know what I'm saying? And Mr. Kenny, we never miss on these, come back to these videos. We rarely do it. You know, I want you to come back, and I want you to look me in the eyes. Look these 2 eyeballs. Like, look at me right now as I say this, matter of fact. I want you to clip this before the fight and then play it after the fight. I've never been this confident in a fight since I probably ankle-eyed Pereira. I know how this fight goes. I know what Khamzat Chimaev will do to Dricus Du Plessis. And I'm telling you right now, he's going to make it look easy, and he's probably going to do it early in the fight. It's probably going to be a first-round fight. It's going to be a what-the-fuck moment that has Dricus Du Plessis shocked, and he's not going to know what hit him. I'm telling you. And to be honest, I hope it goes out the first round. I hope. Every fiber my being wants it out the first round just to prove a point about the cardio, because I know when push comes to shove, no matter what way this fight goes, Khamzat Chimaev will successfully defeat Dricus Du Plessis at UFC 319. And you could quote me on this, you could clip me on this, but one thing you can't do is say I was wrong after this fight. And I'm confident enough to say it before the fight, and I'm confident enough to confront you after the fight. Khamzat Chimaev will get it done. But let me know what you guys think down below. That's it for me, and God bless. 2, 3, 4.